That's a good way of putting it. The content of this meeting is being Does she? Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah. Easy. Oh, on the same day, Saturday. The same time for church.
Come on, notes, no on notes, no on notes, no on notes, no on notes.
Good morning. And also good morning online to everybody that's online. Today, before we start our service, we have some people we want to welcome back from a long time of being away from us, and we're very happy that you're back. We have Adele and Renee in the back right there. Welcome, coming back to us. It's been nice, long time, and it's nice to see you again. And we also have some attending Dharma school students who are not so little anymore. We have Andrew and Chloe Martin, and they're with the grandma Peggy. So welcome back. We'll start this morning's service with opening meditation, followed by Bending Soup. Please join me in placing your hands together in Gush.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo
Please rise for the singing of the Gatha when we see the golden sun on page 227 of the service book, followed by recitation of our pledge in Nebutsu on page 82 of the service book.
Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Please join in the chanting of the Sutra Sangha Suke on page 82 of the service book. During the Sutra chanting, we will have a shoko or incense offering by the following: Dharma School student Chloe Ota, adult Andrew Martin.
mai chi ý tô cư yo chư cho khen jin kai zen shou bu zi ho hai jin jin no lo gai kai yo yo se so yo ni no shi shi jin do ku yo go dai chi e jin yo o yo i so jin do dai sen anga sagu dai sho ado shoji mi fu gen da se do I ni shoji yoze samai chi e jo go se to yo shi ga isai Isadaya Keshiru Yakusendo Kumar Muryo Daisho Shunyo Goja Kuyo Isai Shino Shoku Kunyo Kudo Kensho Kuja Minyo Goja Shoku Susekai She
You will now listen to Dharma message by Reverend Candice Buck.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and welcome back to all of our friends in the Dharma who have come back today. And good morning, of course, to everybody online as well. And speaking about reunions, I recently saw a friend and somebody who I grew up with, who many of us grew up with, and her name is Courtney Yamada, and Courtney Yamada Shoji. And so Courtney Yamada grew up here in Stockton. Her parents are Craig and Barbara Yamada. And I happened to see her parents and of course Courtney at the Aichi Shinbokukai memorial service. So that's for our friends whose family members are from Aichi Ken, the prefecture in Japan, Aichi. And they were so kind to give me this book called Grandma's Bottle of Kisses. And actually, Courtney wrote this book, and they shared with me this book and this beautiful, is it called an atomizer? This is used for perfumes, such a beautiful little bottle. And so I wanted to share Courtney's book. And unfortunately, when I read it, I fell in love with it and had asked Courtney, where do we get more copies of this book? And she said, actually, I just kind of printed it myself so that I can share it with my family. So unfortunately, this is a hot copy, the only copy we have, but I'm so fortunate to be able to share it with all of you today. And it's a beautiful, wonderful, true story. And Grandma's Bottle of Kisses. And in the dedication, it says for Madison and Cooper, who were Courtney and her husband's children. And she wrote, your great-grandmother was one of a kind. I promise her light and love will live on through the stories I'll share with you, Mom. So Courtney wrote, let's go, said Mom. And Mom is Courtney in this story. Time to say goodbye. But I don't want to go home. I want to stay with Grandma, cried Madison. She gave Grandma a big hug and a kiss on the cheek, just as she did every time she had to say goodbye. Grandma, I'm going to miss you. I love you. And for those of you who know Courtney, it looks like Courtney. And so this particular grandma is the Yamada grandma. Grandma held Madison in her arms and gave her a big kiss on her forehead. I'll always miss you when you're not here, she said. Wait a minute, I have an idea. Madison waited anxiously as Grandma went into her room and returned with 2 empty perfume bottles, just like this. "What are those?" asked Madison. "These are special kiss bottles," replied Grandma as she unscrewed the top of one of them. "Just blow your kisses into this bottle and close it tightly for safekeeping. Whenever I miss you, I'll blow a kiss from the bottle onto my cheek, and you'll always be with me." A big smile spread across Madison's face. "Grandma, that's a great idea. I'll fill it with 100 kisses for you." Look how happy she is. Madison went to work and filled the empty bottle with lots of kisses. She placed the top onto the bottle and handed it to Grandma. "Here you go, 100 kisses just for you. That should be enough until I see you again." "I hope I don't run out," laughed Grandma. "I filled this other bottle with my kisses for you. Use it when you miss me, and I'll always be with you." Madison grabbed the bottle and spritzed her face with Grandma's kisses as she twirled around and squealed with delight. "Better save some of those kisses," said Grandma. "Come here and I'll give you a real kiss instead." Madison ran into Grandma's open arms and gave her a big kiss. "Thank you, Grandma, I love you," she whispered softly. "Let's go home," said Mom with a wink. Madison gave Grandma one final hug and a kiss on the cheek. She skipped out the door with her precious kiss bottle and called out over her shoulder, "I'll be back soon to fill your bottle with more kisses." "I'll be waiting for you," said Grandma, as she blew one of Madison's kisses onto her cheek and closed the door. The end. Isn't that a beautiful story? And as I mentioned, it's a true story that was shared with, of course, with Courtney's children and with her and all of her family members. And what's so important about this particular book is that Madison's great grandmother has passed away. And so unfortunately, she won't be able to have these same experiences. But because this memory was put into this beautiful book, they have this memory for the rest of their lives as well. And this memory and so many other stories about great grandma Yamada will continue to be passed down. And I heard that she also had a special donut, maybe for Cooper, and so many other little clever ideas of her expression of love. And so now the Yamada family will always have this beautiful book. And what this made me think about was the sutras, the teachings of the Buddha. And as I was reading online, we know that the sutras, they contain the Dharma, which are the teachings of the Buddha. And we chanted Sambutsuge today, which is part of the sutra. And as I mentioned with many of our different services, we chant the sutras as an expression of our love and of our gratitude for the teachings. And chanting the sutras connects us to other Buddhists of the past, present, and in the future. And again, it's a way for us to receive the teachings, just as this book is a way for the Yamada family to hear these wonderful stories from great grandma Yamada. And so did you know that, of course, the Buddha lived more than 2,500 years ago. So they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have computers. And they weren't even writing on paper that we know of paper and pen that we utilize on a regular basis. But after the Buddha had passed away, there was this gathering of the disciples and descendants, and they sat all together. And for the sake of saving these wonderful teachings and stories, they all got together, and Ananda, the Buddha's disciple and very kind attendant to the Buddha, began sharing the teachings that were shared by the Buddha to Ananda. And so this was all from Ananda's memory. And can you believe it? All of the teachings that were shared were just by voice, just by sharing stories, just like this. However, it wasn't until 100 years after the Buddha's death that they started kind of continuing to assemble to share stories. And then it was written, the sutras or the teachings were written on palm leaves. So can you imagine doing your homework on a leaf and putting that to your teacher, giving that to your teacher? And imagine how that had to be preserved after all of these years. And now we are so fortunate to have books easily accessible right in our chairs and our pews to be able to receive the teachings of the Buddha today. And so can you imagine if this story was never put into this beautiful book, that memory, that love of great grandma Yamada might have been lost over time. And so that's why I think it's so wonderful for us to be able to think about stories of our ancestors, think about grandma and grandpa, your loved ones and friends, being able to cherish those memories, being able to write them down so that you can continue to share them with your family members well into the future, just like how we are able to receive the teachings of the Buddha even more than 2,500 years ago. So let's hope that this story continues to circulate amongst the Yamada family. And with that, maybe 1,000 years from now, we can remember this story and remember this bottle of kisses. Okay, so thank you to Courtney Yamada Shoji and the Yamada family for sharing this wonderful story with us. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Reverend, for your Dharma message. Please rise for the singing of the Gotha farewell on page 156 of the Service book, or page 47 of the Gotha book, followed by recitation of the Golden Chain in Matthew 2 on page 5.
stretch around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all be perfect. Namu Davatsu, Namu Amidavatsu, Namu Amidavatsu, Namaste.
Good morning, everyone. Announcements for today, February 15th, 2024. There will be choir practice today after the service at 11:15 here in the hall. The 2024 Temple Scholarship applications will be available next month for graduating seniors and college students associated with our temple. There will be a Dharma School Teachers Meeting after class today at 11:30 in the mini chapel. There will be no in-person service next Sunday, February 25th. However, please join us on the BCA National A-Type service virtually through the BCA YouTube channel at 10 a.m. Reverend Shibata's Book Club will meet on Wednesday, February 28th at 6:30. If you are interested in participating, please contact Reverend Shibata. Sangha Club is continuing to collect aluminum cans and recyclable plastic bottles. Donations being left by the white bin under the carport area. Help keep recyclable bottles and cans out of our landfills while supporting one of our youth organizations. Are there any other announcements? Mike?
Tomorrow crafts class will not meet anymore this month. Next month it will be switched to a Thursday. We'll try Thursday, March 14 and March 28. Thank you.
If everybody can look at Ruby in the back of the room. I know the one in her left hand is our Japanese treasures sale, which is on March 2nd from 10 to 2, right? Okay, so please come check it out. If you have vintage items that you would like to donate, they will gladly accept the donations. What's the gold one?
The other one is, we're selling raffle tickets for $5 donation. And it's for a gift card raffle, so they're gonna try and raffle off a gift card every hour, half hour.
For those of you that are joining online, Ruby is announcing that in conjunction with this treasure sale, there is also a raffle, $5 per raffle ticket. You need not be present to win, and they will be for gift cards. So if you'd like to participate, please contact the town office. There is one more sign out there that hopefully if you have your cell phone, you can take a picture of the QR code, and that is for the BCA silent auction. We have a lot of donors in the room, Candy Hayashi, Mike Shibata, Mark Galuki, the church. So there's lots and lots of things to bid on. For those of you that are under 21, there's some things you can't bid on. I'm so sorry, I'm such a simp. But this will go to support the Dharma Forward campaign that the BCA is currently running. That campaign has a lot of people working really hard to find important projects under education, outreach and technology, ministerial support, and facilities that will help perpetuate and sustain the BCA and Jodo Shinshu Buddhism in America. So we would greatly appreciate your support. Check it out, QR code or www.32auctions.com/Dharma Forward. This auction will close at 7 p.m. next Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Darlene.
Please observe good etiquette and do not enter the aisle before the row in front of you. Those students who did not offer incense before the service are asked to do so before leaving the hall. Thank you for attending.
There's also a happy hour, and, to mingle in the, lady chapel after the service.
Thank you everyone for joining us online. I will see you in 2 weeks, or join us for the ACCA Idea service next week at 10.